What is up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It is currently Friday. Let's go. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. I gotta go in like 2 days. Oh my gosh. Horrifying. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great Friday. I've had a pretty dang good Friday as well. Like usual, got some stuff done on the website, hung out with friends. I went to a revolving sushi place, had an excellent time, got some boba afterwards. Terrible boba. But now we're here. My tongue is burnt because I couldn't stop myself from eating the ramen I got. And we're ready to draw some wolves today, specifically one wolf. You know, keep it simple. Not gonna draw tons of them, right? Wanna not do like 50 attempts. But yeah, super excited. It's gonna be a big day. And yeah, legitimately hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a great Friday like I have. And hope you guys have a good weekend. We will be here on Saturday. We're debating on Sunday, right? I'm switching the music. Let's see. YouTube's been giving me some odd recommendations. What is this one? Hey. Too lo-fi. I need like... I will do this. Or this. Okay, this sounds fun. Anyways, okay, cool stuff. So, yeah, very happy today. You know, got some done. Did a pretty trashy sausage form as a warm-up when I was setting up for the stream. Then realized I probably shouldn't do that. I'm gonna set everything up real quick. Oh my gosh, my eye itches. Oh my gosh, my eye really itches. Oh geez, what is going on? Ah! Oh my god. Why did I set the main artist to that? Oops. There we go. Jeez, okay. Yeah, messed up on one of the degrees over there because I did one before the other and then went for a middle one while not thinking. Oh my gosh, my eye, guys. Whew. Anyways, let's get started with our warm-up. Lots of ellipses today, right? We're gonna need a lot of it. Some organic forms. Yep. I chose not to work out before stream because I don't want my hands to be shaky. Oh yeah, we received like the kindest comment today. I'll try to remember to talk about it, but let's do these ellipses first. Those are okay. This sounds really nerdy, but as of recent, ever since one of my classes got changed to a pretty awful professor, I've been stressing out a lot about it. And no joke, I've been watching Demon Slayer again. Yikes. Specifically the Hashira training arc. And like, no joke, the episode I watched last night like made me feel courage, like confident to tackle the semester. I know it's super dumb and super silly, but semesters are difficult, school's difficult, and I didn't need another professor to make my life unenjoyable. I had one tough professor last semester, but she cared. And then I had that awful professor I talked about. And so I could get away with it because like I had a professor that was hard, but she cared. But now I have a professor that doesn't care, is difficult, it's a difficult subject, and that other professor, I'm like, ugh. And that's not even my hardest class either. My hardest class is probably gonna be linear algebra. So we'll see how it turns out, right? Thankfully, the class I have a terrible professor for, he never grades, only his TA's grade. And it's project-based, and I tend to do pretty decently on projects, so we'll see. Ooh, my dog's freaking out. Here, wait. Oh my gosh. I could not have looked outside at a better time. I opened my door just to go look at him, and he straight up is like doing a flip. He's a Pyrenees, so he's like guarding and whatever. But he was like jumping around, barking at like probably a squirrel or something. He likes acting big and tough, but he's a big old softy. To use some more ghosting there. Slowly. I was like, why is my hand so itchy? And I was playing with my sister's kitten and I'm allergic to cats. Like, all those scratches really get to me. Oh, that was really good. Good stuff. Oh man, we still have like a lot more to go. Okay, well, let's do a lot more then. A lot more time to go, I should say. Let's have some fun with our old sausage forms. We could actually use that as a contour. Doing some simple sausages. Just kidding. Oh, look at that. It's a bit sharper than I would like, but whatever. I really thought I would never like sausage or intersections, whatever they're called. Yet. Just kind of doodling with them is super fun. Yikes. That was just not good. Whatever. Fun. More ellipses now. I'm a ellipsaholic, what can I say? Hey guys, sometime in the future, maybe during winter break or something. I think I talked about it on winter break last stream. But I really want to do an Outer Wilds, like a big Outer Wilds drawing. Because like I know main semester's probably maybe a fall break. That's a couple days off, like 2 days off. Maybe that's just enough time, right? This semester too. I'm gonna try to be much more on like I'm usually not perfect. That's a crazy word, but like very good on studying, having things on time. I usually have a rule about doing a homework about 4 days, 5 days before it's due, stuff like that. And I've always been consistent. I haven't had issues about that. But I feel like I can rush things sometimes instead of truly understanding it or like doing the book problems, because it's so easy to go home and just do next week's homework. But what I'm saying is maybe instead of focusing on doing the homework early, even though I do understand it, is actually like going in depth into the material before I touch the homework. Or doing a spaced repetition, is that what it's called? Basically like returning to past homeworks or stuff like that. Thankfully, I like classes like linear algebra because it's a bit more uniform and it has a direction compared to like discrete math. In discrete math, you're kind of all over the place. Like you go from like, you know, learning sets, subsets, whatever, to combinatorics and then DSFM and then all this crazy stuff. Which is like awesome. It's fun to learn about, but geez, like there's no structure. Like hopping from like solving linear homogeneous systems of equations or whatever it's called to like Chinese remainder theorem and then back, like I can't keep track. Good stuff, man. We're just filling up the page this warm up. We got to be warmed up. Got to be ready. I know my confidence or my lack of confidence is gonna hit, and I'm gonna be like scared to do an ellipse on the page for the wolf. It's like this is one of my biggest, scariest things. Specifically with wolves, I really loved drawing like animals and stuff, especially wolves. Wolves are probably one of my favorites, like hyenas, coyotes. I just loved like the, you know, the canines, right? And I sucked at it as a kid, and that really upset me. And just looking at the construction for the wolf, Uncomfy's method, or not even method, but like his steps for doing that, specifically the demo that we're about to work through. Compared to bugs, oh my gosh, these constructions are just so much more involved. There's so much to think about. It's not that bugs are anatomically less complicated, even though they kind of are. They don't have like musculature like that or stuff, but just a lot more to think about shape-wise. Okay. I think we've procrastinated enough. I've also been thinking about getting a mat for underneath. But then like I wouldn't have the hardwood, but like I don't like the glare. So like a mat cover. Let's start thinking about investing in that. I've been thinking about getting an easel and then setting up my camera behind me, which I'm actually not opposed to, but yeah, who knows, right? I've been thinking about like buying everything aesthetic once I move to my apartment in 2 days. And then we'll worry about it, right? Anyways, big day, everyone. Today is our wolf construction. If you're following along, which just means you're here, take a quick sip of water, everybody. Make sure you have a water before we get started, because this one's going to be intense, involved, and in every way awesome. But yeah, so be right back and take a big swig of water, and then we'll talk about our wolf construction. Never mind, that swig was not as big as I thought. Cool. Good warm up today. Pretty happy about that. Man, Lesson 2 me would be so proud of these ellipses. Stuff. Ah! Almost dropped my paper. Okay, so wolf construction wise, we're actually gonna hop over. I did set up PureRef. I did not set up my window to capture it because I'm a silly little guy. So let's worry about that real quick. There we go. Oh, look at that, everybody. And then I'm gonna zoom in extra for you guys. Make your lives easier. Oh, look at that. So yeah, today we're gonna be doing a construction of the wolf. Let's do some wolf facts, kind of like the bug facts. Wolf facts. Let's see. California Wolf Center. You got some wolf facts. What are these? How strong is a wolf's bite? Wolves have incredibly strong jaws and can bite through bones to eat bone marrow. Scientists have measured the bite force of a captive gray wolf around 400 psi. That is scary. I don't really have anything to relate that to, but I mean 400 pounds per square inch. I know intuitively that's scary. So yeah, don't mess with wolves, people. They're wild animals. I think you all knew that though. So yeah, in fact, what we can do here is I have, of course, Drawbox pulled up on the side as well as on Comfy's video. However, you know, we don't want to be like step for step following him. You know how I feel about all that. But what we will do is we'll just kind of compile all of his steps over here just to make sure we're following along. Now, we aren't new to this. You know, we've done bugs, but that doesn't mean we're above following in Comfy. He knows what he's doing, and we're going to learn that, right? Now, as we do these demos, will we stray away, start making some of our own decisions? Not crazily in the demos, because, I mean, he makes the right decision. But, you know, trying to think for ourselves between the steps, yes. And generally, we're following the same, exact same process as bugs, which is establishing the 3 major masses, connecting the major masses, adding in areas for the legs, adding in the legs, going to the head, constructing more detail on the head, and then texturing. Texturing and the head are probably going to be my scariest parts of this. Additive masses will be an interesting thing too, because while we're used to it, it's definitely going to be a bit more than our usual. Yep, and we have our steps. We establish what is the pelvis, the chest / abdomen, or thorax. Sorry, I always consider like abs with yeah, I don't know. But yeah, chest / thorax, or rib cage, we should say. Cranium, rib cage, pelvis. Cranium, rib cage, pelvis. And then we add our sausage form. We connect the neck to it. This isn't necessarily the size of the entire cranium. It's just a mass that is for the head. If it's a bit too small, that's okay. We just don't want it to be really big. That's one of the major things that Uncomfy points out. We add in our legs. Make sure we add a mass right here for the actual leg. Uncomfy and Dio in her reviews have pointed out that a lot of students skip out on this part or connect their legs directly to the torso. No, we want a separate mass for that, which we're going to do 2 ovals, which are really just spheroids, right? And then we're going to do our additive masses, so a tail, some musculature right here. We always want the sausage form to bend underneath. It's just a good habit to have, or not even a habit, but like It's a good way to describe it because we can add forms on top and adds a bit of gravity to the stomach. And also the mane. Uncomfy says, we don't really have to care if it's musculature or fur just yet. Just know that's a mass that we have to add. And then we flesh out the face, so we carve out the eyes for the cranium, you know, like little eye sockets. Note how this one turns with the form quite a bit on the side. But our sphere's inside. It's important to remember that they're actually inside the form. And then we extend out the face. And we want to define some specific planes, the top and side and front planes. They have to be distinct. Then we flesh out the masses, so the eyelids will sit inside the eyes of the cranium. I think he might have fleshed out that ridge right there. No, it's the same. He defined the brow a tiny bit. Added a lower part of the mass. He did do some subtraction here. We are going to try to avoid subtractive methods and just do additive. Also, I forgot to talk about the feet. Feet he actually fleshes out here, but what we want to be doing is constantly thinking about the dimensionality of it, right? So while we won't draw the entire form, there's one thing that Dio constantly points out. I think it's in the informal demos. Try to find that right here. Honestly, I think people should make it a habit to look through the informal demos before anything else. And it looks like it isn't here. Okay. I want it real quick because like it's a very important and good resource to have. I'm actually going to go to Dio's reviews real quick. Grab one of them because Dio brings it up in every review because either it's a common issue, people don't think about it enough, or a combination of both. Feet. Foot construction. Here we go. Thank you, Dio. Dio's a goat. Shout out Dio. Okay, so yeah, this is what we want to be looking at here. Basically, we want to construct the form. Remember, we're just constructing the contour. We don't care about those inner form lines. And then from this basic mass, we can add it in the paws. So it is kind of up to what we want. But a feet benefit from boxy forms, right? Or box-likes, where we have separate planes for the top of the foot, the front. You know, if like this is a paw, which is actually very paw-like, right? We have this plane, we have this plane. This would be more of a 2-point box just because you can only see these 2 planes. But now, oh, look, 3-point. But yeah, so fun stuff. Man, I wish I have my 3D printer. I need to repair it because then I could print like little fun trinkets for the streams and stuff. Shoot, wait, that's actually a kind of fun idea. Huh. You guys let me know if you want me to start doing that because I will. Probably not this semester, given how horrible it may become. That's not very optimistic, Cav. But yeah, cool. So, this is cool and all, but I wanted to find these spatial relationships for myself too. So we're gonna go over here. We're going to do our typical bug construction, and then we'll worry about the pen and paper after that. We're gonna set an hour timer and be somewhat strict today because when it comes to these early demos, I find myself actually stressing out quite a bit. And so the hour is a limit for myself, so I don't actually like keep grinding, stressing myself out, blah, 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 all that stuff. Because it happens. So, yeah, basically what we want to do here is start by blocking out some of those major masses. And I also included this down here because it's actually almost the same pose. Look at that. The pelvis is actually super not what I thought it would look like. I was expecting something that was like a bit of a cradle, kind of like our pelvises, but this is not that. I didn't expect the rib cage to be so skinny. These just are crazy. Like, I get it, but geez. And that must be the hyoid. That'd be crazy. Is that the hyoid? I mean, we are mammals. Oh, look at that. I guess that's how the elbow works. I've never like really looked at this, but this is awesome. Anyways, so yeah. Also, I found this really cool website. Let me see if it's in my history. Don't think it is. I found a website where you can angle ahead and it uses 3.js, shout out, or technically React 3 Fiber probably. But you can angle like the cranium and then it'll find images of that angle, which is super helpful. Anyways, so yeah, I think the most central form here is the rib cage. Because you can draw the head spurting out right off of that, right? So yeah, we want to define our rib cage. Now also Uncomfy does talk about the spine. The spine is a bit of a side view, so it's not super helpful here, but it does traverse the forms. and it gives a really good deal of gesture to our wolf friend. So we want to keep that. But immediately, just intuition, I'm going to completely act like I just never saw on Comfy's thing. If we look over here, it looks like the shoulder blades actually go in front of where the rib cage would be. Remember, we have a lot of fluff everywhere, so I don't want to do too much. We have what is going to be the pelvic bone, kind of like going like this. And this is kind of sucks because I don't know where the actual like booty of the wolf is, right? I'm just kind of assuming that it's going to be, because like this one's going back, this one's going forward. So is it right here in the middle? Is it more right here? I'm going to assume kind of both, and using the pelvis construction method, which is just another sphere. I'll do that just intuitively. Then we have our head. Now we have a lot of fluff, so it's easier to get lost in here. But one of my favorite ways of doing the head is starting up here where we know the cranium will be, and then just kind of carrying through like that. And actually, since we know this is going to come back here, do a bit of a smaller ish cranium. Because yeah, wolf's cranium, look, that's like super narrow. So in fact, we can go like super. I like that. Yeah, so I don't get why Uncomfy does that pelvis like this. Looking a bit to the left too, over there. Right, so bit to the side. And then we have our spine, which versus like this over those forms. It actually goes into the back of the head, right? Yeah, so we're gonna see like comes out back here, sags in the middle like that. Oh, yeah, something like that. I'm actually gonna get rid of the spine though. It's just a bit distracting. Oh, fix. There we go. And so yeah, oh, I hate when PRF does that. Interesting. Well, whatever. We're just going to continue forward with that. So now is the second part where we do the additive masses. So we have our rib cage, our pelvis, and our cranium. Now what do we need to add to make that all work? So in fact, yeah, we'll steal both of these. Work from there, right? So that's some green. I think green would stand out here. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, sausage form, and we're going to bend not a lot, but just enough. I really want that swing down here. Yeah, something of the sort. Be a tiny bit. Very good. It's way too much. Perfect. Okay, I like that. So yeah, we have this. And just to give it a bit of a... This is the thing, side profiles I really don't like, because not a lot of 3D to work with. It's hard to convince myself that these things are 3D. Cool. And then over here, we're going to have a area where we're going to basically chop off part of our thing and connect our ribcage and connect the head to it. Like this, actually. Surprisingly happy with that. And then that's how doesn't Comfy do this? He just kind of connects it to its sides. Interesting. So I guess we won't do this. I just needed something to kind of see it. I guess it'll also be behind here because we're not seeing it wrap in the front. You have this very broad chest. I think we'll just worry about that with the other forms, right? Cool. I like this for our simple additive forms. For the more complex ones, such as like the musculature for the legs and stuff, let's see what we want to do for that. So let's see. We'll do some purple for that. I feel like that'll be dark and noticeable. Actually, orange? Yeah, there we go. So you can kind of see it right here. But yeah, I want just this form right here. A tiny bit wide. Yeah, I mean, just position a bit down there, I guess. Unless we wanted to do like a higher part. How does Uncomfy do this? Okay, so yeah, he moved it up. But it's definitely protruding forwards, if anything. Like the back of it, right? And then from there, we're going to see this sausage form. It's a very non-translucent orange. There we go. Yeah, something like this. And yeah, from there, we're going to have a sausage going down. Keep breaking out, probably about right here. Actually, it's probably going to be a lower degree. This is interesting. Because now we kind of like only have this sausage form. Doesn't really meld well with that one, so I can actually see why he brought it up. If we have a sausage form like this, we can really sell that, but I'm not sure if he even does that. So he does this kind of, I guess, mixed mass. Ellipse and then an area to connect it and help that gesture kind of happen. So I guess we could do the same. We have this entire thing, and you can kind of see these creases happen here of different forms happening on the wolf. But yeah, so you have this in the form that actually creates that joint. Cool. Now the question is, do I believe this form? And I know I'm not, I was told by Dio to do less contour lines, so I will. I'm going to obey, like, you know, the critiques. I see that as a major critique. We talked about it already, where people don't listen to their past critiques. So I just realized a lot of this is fluff over here. We're not really much about that. Like, the stomach pulls out right there, so this is actually going to be a bit smaller. I actually like that a lot. And then this one, it's picking up, right? So I want to kind of exaggerate that a bit. And we're watching it kind of cut into the side there, right? That's way too big. Remember, everybody, we learned this lesson in lesson 4, but keep your sausage form small. Always add stuff, you can't remove stuff. Where's the sausage form right here? Yeah, we're gonna see like a kind of side joint here. Gonna get that little corner. You see that right there? Want that. And then, yeah, the rest of the paw is interesting. We're gonna worry about this for a second. Obviously, we want a sausage form that goes like that. Cool. And this one, we can see probably a bit of like this. Keep our degrees consistent. This one's open, facing this way. Out, I should say. Same thing here. We want that. And same thing here. And then for the boxy form, we'll worry about that in a second. Over here, what does Uncomfy do for the back leg? He usually just kind of... Okay. Yeah, he kept it simple. We can too, but also we'll do it in purple. And we'll do the paws in pink. Something like this back here. Trying to see it on the other side of the wolf's body. It's probably going to be smaller than that one, right? And then we have our sausage form, which is going to go... Let's see, it's extended outwards. But like, I'd imagine some... Oh yeah, we have like the hamstring, what would be right? Like right here, which is the major form. I feel like the leg secretly goes like this. In fact, you can see it. There's some white right here. Is there? Maybe tripping. Regardless, I'm going to draw what I see. And then we know it's going to be a bit like this over here. And we can add mass back here. Hey, what's up, Delano? Hope all is well. Kind of accomplishing that. I don't know. Hope all is well, my man. Starting our construction of the wolf today. How's life treating you? So we definitely want some like form beats right here. And we're gonna like this. Remember, we don't want like this instant, we want this control, right? So I kind of like that. I actually really like that. Better warm up, huge. And this leg over here, we don't want to overcomplicate it. It is standing straight down though, so we'll keep that form right there. This, and then we can even raise that a bit. Right here. Pretty simple system. Yeah, so for the feet, let's worry about those. For the feet, you want to do a blocky form, as mentioned. I definitely see this kind of thing happening though, like we're traveling and then going in the front. Here's our top plane. Here's a bottom plane. Here's this plane. The plane that cuts through all of them. And then intersection 1 for paw 1. Intersection 2. We go travel out a bit. That'll kind of be a... Maybe we do have to zoom in a lot. And kind of using my imagination here, but what I want to do is establish this top plane, back plane. I kind of want this. And then he's kind of curling the foot. There's like this thing to the foot. This. It's a big toe. That toe is smaller, actually. There we go. Gonna get foreshortened as we go back. Oh, look how clear that one is. That's actually like super well defined. Regardless, we're going to establish our top plane. Establish the intersection here. Go back, forward, forward. This one's still pointed a bit more away than the first one, so bit like that. Not much to work off of. I think this is a bit more to the side. Is slanted. So trying to mix drawing what I see with something that actually like holds value. Let's see, that plane is actually gonna be pretty flat down. So this. They do send kind of forward, but we can worry about that after we get all this messy stuff finished, right? Yeah, after establishing the first one, it's kind of easy to follow the pattern behind it. I don't even know what's going on here. Like, what the heck? We have this one, so we can establish this front plane. Happening like over here. We're seeing the top of it kind of happen like this. Goes back up. We're gonna see. This is so weird for my brain. Like, this is hurting my brain a lot. Go down. Remembering the algorithm for a box, you know. Definitely juts out, right? Oh, like, because we're having like this. Because yeah, we're definitely seeing the paw pads. Next one's right behind it, and that one's also quite obfuscated by. I don't know. Also, my music stopped. Continue now. We've already been streaming for. Oh my gosh. Dang. Yeah, paws are interesting. We'll worry about that once we get there. Looking at it now, I'm kind of seeing a the toes are quite long. Yeah, I think that one's a lot better. I think my existing sausage form and stuff kind of just scared me out of looking at it entirely. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, look at that. Same. This guy is crazy. Oh shoot, that's part of it. Well, whatever. Okay. Yep, we have a lot of our major forms down, and now we just want to do our like little additive forms. So to add on to it, we have our tail, which I'm gonna imagine like is like a pit right here. And it's actually going to be a lot like the leaf construction. We want to see the volume to this. I think it's very easy to not see the volume to a tail. More like a branch construction, I'd assume. So we can... like so. Remember, we don't need 800 contours. Over here we have this back muscle. That's definitely happening here. We rest over that. And here, this, a bit more blob-like. I think the first time was good. That sits over the neck and then around whatever's right here. The head itself, here's the hard part. We have the area where we want the eye to rest, right? I'd say it's about that high, just depth-wise. I'm kind of like following the brow line. I'd say this probably goes up more. That isn't very helpful. You're right. Okay. These two being the longest, then this one being a bit longer than that one, then a one that travels up the nose here, right? This one travels down, kind of meets that, and these are pretty much even, but they are, you know, tilted a bit inwards. So I'll try to accomplish that here. We have our one that aims down the snout. We have our somewhat even top one that spans backwards. And our long one next, or no, yeah, 5, which travels back, and 6 our long one. I mean, these are both the longest, right? And then one that goes forward and towards us a bit, and then our smallest one that connects it and is also kind of going. That, how does Uncomfy do this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that one's flat. 5, and then kind of that, yeah, so 6. Yeah, small, flats, and flats. One's definitely turning, so we're gonna see this one goes back. Probably gonna start like right here. Comes back. There. We have our brow line one, so brow line one. Actual brow line, I guess, I don't know. Back one, forward one, down, beat up the snout, this. So yeah, something a bit more like this, I'd guess. One more time. Bridge, brow, long brow, back. Just not really obeying how our face is actually facing. Because we can see more of this plane, so it's definitely like tilted like this. Then we have our nose. This is the really hard part for me, because if I were to add a mass, I'd start like this. You have this plane down here, go back. More of this plane over here. We have our nose on that one. Gonna jump out a bit form-wise. We have this kind of like dune shape, so let's try to, you know, recreate that. Up, over. That's too much detail. Yeah, very similar to what Uncomfy accomplished here, just was obviously more termed. It's like a almost an upside down pentagon. This one kind of changes that though, because now we have this. I wish these had names. Do these have names? Full eye socket part names. Why is it okay? I'm not sure if you guys have had this. Google keeps like super zooming in on stuff I click on. Yeah, I did find this, the zygomatic, but that doesn't really, because there's like this line, this, 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 a long one. This one. 6. Yep, 6 again. It's kind of making that shape that we did the same time. I'm starting to see it now. This longer bottom one, the maxilla is. And then when that goes up the ridge towards the nose. This back one, which we are going to see, like, you know, as it gets further away, it's going to straighten out, kind of see less of it. This one up here forms the upper corner of the eye. This flat one, that also is somewhat parallel to this one. It's tilting a bit more up. This one, which goes a lot more in, because this one has to go and follow that ridge of the nose. And here. And then you'd actually have your eye. Something of the sort. I don't know how eyelids. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, our 6, it's basically a hexagon. That's like, it's an arrow that we turn into a hexagon. It's larger over here. Like that. I don't know how to describe it better than that. This one doesn't even exist. These are more slanted. And so, while this isn't a wolf's, we can definitely, you know, study it and try to find those parts too, because it's very similar. It's just a bit higher now, right? We still have, you know, this one and this one. Go like flat up here and then have that. We can think of it as the frontal bone is kind of up here. I'm just kind of doodling at this point, but you can't stop me, so we kind of have the, you know, the frontal bone here. And we have the zygomatic bones, the bones over here. Too bad. And yeah, I guess like half of this here, even though it's not one bone, we can consider that the zygomatic bones takes up 1 and 2 halves of these lines, and it's one of the longest ones. And then same thing here, we can assume that this one takes up this, right? This one ends about right here. And then over here we get the maxilla. We'll do in a bit of a green, I guess. Cool. This didn't look fancy or something, I don't know what. Anyways, I will be right back, everyone. We're gonna take some water, do a quick reset, talk about it a tiny bit more, and then the scary part of putting on the page, we're gonna do some like scales and everything, right? No more ruler. I realize how like much that inhibited me. So we're not gonna do any rulering, right? But using our intuition and mark making skills. So be right back, everybody. Back, everybody. Hope you got a nice swig of water. Actually, I'm gonna take another swig because I'm crazy like that. No one can stop me. Maybe Delano. Cool stuff. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about this earlier in the stream. Let's talk about it real quick. So, as per usual, I wake up in the morning, I check my emails, my school email, my personal email, my Kavel email, all that stuff, right? And I see a notification on Kavel. I'm like, okay, what is this? It's a new comment on the lesson 2 video, and I'm like, oh, huge. And someone left a really kind comment. They said on the video, I just want to tell you not to stop, even if the views and likes are low. You will do great in the future. Your work is very valuable. Keep the good work, and thank you for sharing your teachings. And to be fair, I don't care about the likes or any of that, right? But like that's the thing, a good reminder, and it's very kind of them to say something so nice, so meaningful, all that. And that I'm not a crazy big YouTuber solely dependent on YouTube for money or anything like that. I don't even get paid, right? But the fact that someone or I just want to say, like, those comments mean a lot. Just as mean comments are tough and they hurt, nice comments are really very kind. So thank you to Wurodim, I think that's how you pronounce their name. Not necessary, and yet completely accepted and thanked. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, those comments mean a lot, and yeah, I'm not worried about views. Now, do I want more people to benefit from the videos? Yeah, but who cares? I'm famous, right? Yeah. No. Also, Delano. Actually, this doesn't apply specifically to Delano. I was working on the app today, and I think I burned myself out. So we're going to be taking a break on it. There's only 2 parts left. One, polishing my menu system. Because I've been kind of rushing it. Like, it needs to be refactored and cleaned up a bit. It works, and it's probably pretty optimal for what it is, right? And then after that, I have to make my own graph ADT for handling all the intersection logic. Because I'm trying to optimize the heck out of this, and while FreeVVHCSG does handle some optimizations in terms of collisions, it is still very dumb, or unoptimal, I should say, to leave everything colliding with itself, each other all the time. So yeah, that's fine. Enjoy your time with it. No rush for finishing it. Yeah, just I also do want to rush in the sense that I don't want to get caught up in school and not finish it. It's very scary for me. Delano, got your DM. I really like that. We'll talk about that some more. I like that. That's a great idea. I don't want to spoil it on stream, but I like that. Cool. Yeah, it's super fun and addicting, but I think I'll just push everything I have to GitHub, let it sit for maybe a couple days, then return to it. Because like, and it's I'd be okay if I was working on the graph ADT right now, but I'm not. I'm working on menu. Like, I hate CSS so much. It's so boring. I don't care if it's a flex box, display flex one. I don't care. Get out of my head. So yeah. Like, let me just go back to my like lower level making, graphs and stuff like that. That makes me happy. Not this, how do you center a div type BS, right? Padding, pad X, pad Y, or pad left, pad right. Padding 10px, 10px. Oh my gosh, I'll never escape it. Sorry, I'm dramatic. But yeah, so let's keep talking about the wolf. Yeah. One thing I just realized, kind of, it was going on my head while I was talking. Okay. I don't really see how the skull here. I don't see it happening. Let's redraw it real quick. I want to see the skull, and like that's the thing. I see it. I can see like the cheekbone happening right here. So go zoom in just because I want more area to see. Yeah, something like that. And then yeah, he's not looking totally away. So like, if anything, this will be like that, like nothing. And then we have our hexagon. We have our lower largest one, right? As where it transfers from the zygomatic over here, where it goes about halfway, to the Already forgetting. Oh! Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, back to this. Yeah, we have our zygomatic maxilla. Ooh. Yeah, maxilla to zygomatic. We have the longer one and the shorter top of it, where we transfer halfway through that into the upper skull, or the frontal bone. Yep, frontal bone. So yeah, we have our frontal bone up here. And then we go from frontal bone to back to maxilla, but that one's pretty evenly split about right. Oh no, it's oh yeah, because this one goes forward a lot, and then this one's pretty much straight down. We're gonna really have a bit of like a curve there. So once again, this is gonna kind of meet across the bone, right? We're gonna see the maxilla. Yeah, maxilla to frontal bone, maxilla to zygomatic. This one's gonna be a smaller profile. We're gonna be aiming back a bit, right? Okay, we got our zygomatic. Sorry, maxilla to zygomatic. Oh, zygomatic to frontal lobe or frontal bone to zygomatic. frontal bone to maxilla. Okay, there we go. And I feel like this one's gonna be stressed a bit back, so ish. Probably a lot larger than that, actually. Maxilla to frontal. I'm now starting to think of it as a wrapping object, so yeah, we're gonna start seeing paper over here. Follow that a bit. Higher. Because yeah, it does like this and that other one. I don't know what I was thinking, but kind of makes sense. We do have this kind of like triangle to it, so one, travel around that, right? And travel around that one. Lower plane established. Ellipse as a reference point. Stop it here. Carve out this ridge. Go right here. It's not that sharp, isn't it? But we're going like this, in fact. Because while there is a taper, I never thought it was that extreme. Now we can see. More look at this nose. I don't know why, but I think of Doge's nose. Very strange. And actually, I'm going to move this right here. And then try to wrap it around all planes. So yeah, we have this one sticking out in this plane, which means if we bring it out there, same thing. And all my classes for my semester university just got a oh wait, why is it not? There we go. Okay, get all of my got into all of my classes for my last semester of uni. Just gotta do well in my exams. Huge, Delano. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Almost home free, man. How do you feel? Another form down here. Kind of exaggerating it, but this one just as in comfy stated. We're gonna start up here, travel out. And we're gonna start kind of there. We have this floof on the side of the face. Also, yeah, we can. Oh. This floof kind of accumulating here around the neck. This floof happening kind of from the back of the head. This floof kind of coming out here. I don't know where it's going to land because, like, you'd want something right here. What doesn't Comfy put right there? You push the ribcage up, and in fact, I think I need to do the same. Because, yeah, the neck is turning to look at us, but we're still going to see the front of the ribcage. And even though this one is bent, I think this thing is pointed back. And then this bone is doing the rest of that work. And then this bone is going forward as it is right there, but still a bit down. And then this bone is doing this. And then we're seeing all those little digits. Cool. Decided to leave because I have so much time to learn on my own. Huge. Yeah, I still got to worry about I'm applying to a bunch of jobs pretty soon, so I need to start. That's also why I want to finish the website too, so I can start putting it on my resume. Yeah, I'm only making the website so I can get resume stuff. Huge. Cool stuff. Okay, everybody. So we're kind of as ready as we'll ever be. We're going to start with our 3 central form. Oh, wait, no. Let's do some ratios and stuff. So, as per usual, we're going to just do this simple one where we just kind of grab the sides of our friend and plan out page-wise where we want everything to land. Start recognizing some spatial relationships in here. Kind of like, I never thought about it, but the tail ends almost at the exact same place. But we don't want to draw this exact wolf, but we do want to challenge our facial reasoning and the 3D puzzle. We want our puzzle. That's actually a joke from earlier today. My friend and I were talking about puzzles, and we said fuzzle, a fun puzzle, a fuzzle. We're talking about Half-Life, or just Valve physics puzzles, and they're fun puzzles, so we call them puzzles. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. Because remember, we want to draw big, please. Lesson 4, lesson 3, lesson 2, lesson 1, lesson 5, lesson 6, and definitely lesson 7. So, it looks like our legs take up the lower half of the page. Makes sense. And everything else takes the upper half pretty accurately, too. All the feet almost land at the same place. This one's the highest, and this one, I mean, it doesn't land, so technically correct. Each space on the page occupies about a 1/4, but since we said we want to make our ribcage a bit bigger, because we wanted to occupy about half of that form, because now we have that bone, and then this is going into the head. We could push it back a lot, but we do want that fluff right there still, so something like this, probably. Aimed a bit up, because he is looking up. Or she. And we just have we're looking at slight turn of the form. Anyways, so yeah, those are actually meet quite closely. And we do want a gap though. Oh, it's so difficult, right? Because we do want to, you know, gap right here to connect those. Something of the sort. Each is still taking up a 1/4. This takes up slightly less than a 1/4. That makes sense. Because if this takes up a 1/4, then technically this one should take up an 1/8. Because this one is the half the size of this one. If this takes it, yeah, okay, wow, that's actually quite mathematically correct. Because if this is the sausage form, half of it is occupied by our ribcage and a quarter of it is occupied by our pelvis. So nice. And yeah, the rest is left to buttage. Nice. Cool. Yeah, cranium is actually quite small. It's almost relocated to an eighth of our upper half. So 16th of the page, technically, I guess. I don't know. These aren't necessarily square. Oh, yikes. And then we could easily add some fluff here. Like we have this area right here, so we're gonna travel from here. Probably not that far. And from there, something that's a bit too. I don't want to span. I don't want to do too much with one form, right? Like this has like, where's it going? It should only go like down. It's not very additive. We could trace along the neck again. But then we need to connect down. So yeah, there's just so much going on. We don't need to overcomplicate it. Okay. To be honest with you guys, this probably isn't going to be our last attempt, but we're still going to make an attempt, right? We've got 10 minutes left. And I don't want to rush myself, but I guess we could just... Actually, yeah, we'll spend this next 10 minutes really caring about these first steps, because these are some of the most important, right? So... Now, I don't want to obsess over it, because we've learned that when I, like, wait too long and ghost too long, I really just lose sight of what I'm trying to accomplish. We're going to draw with our little construction here in mind. We are going to fix the torso, though. I mean, yeah, the torso technically, but ribcage specifically. I think that is actually quite excellent. Hence why I redid it. Oh, I know that. Here, wait. I'll be right back, too. Never mind. Whenever my heater turns on, it makes a specific smell, and I was like, oh, I know that smell. No, it wasn't. So maybe my house is burning down or something. I don't know. Anyways, cool stuff. Get my big sip of water, everybody. Same thing for you guys. Please drink water. And yeah. Without any further ado. Oh, scary. You guys can't see my camera though, so it's not as scary for you guys. Okay. Yay, remember to change my camera. Ugh. I still need to work out tonight, I forgot. Okay, cool. So. In a minute. We want to divide our page in half. We're going to be operating and putting our most central form, which is going to be our rib cage, about right here. It's going to occupy a fourth of the page. Yep. A little bit bigger than all of those. So this, we're going to be occupying about right here. Not my best ellipse in the world. I think that'll do. It's a bit small, actually. I want bigger. I'm being specific. Sorry. If we're going to draw this, I want to have as much room as humanly possible. Why do I do my finger thing whenever I'm tracing? Helps me, like, it just stays in my brain. The best way to see it. To say it. Yeah, something like this. Yikes. Wow, that was really not good. Okay. Then we want to place our form. Keep looking at my reference. be less than half. It's gonna be up here. Placed that way too far away, didn't I? Yeah. You want to be anal? Yeah, I'm gonna be anal about it. Sorry. Okay, let's slow down. I feel like I'm rushing myself. Let's start establishing some actual relationships in here. So, oh yeah, you guys can't even see what I'm... Cool. So, oh no, you can see everything too. Cool. What do you mean more in the middle? Yeah, more in the middle of the page. Probably, yeah. Yeah, we're not even that tall here, right? That's cool. Where this ends, it practically meets the eyes. Yeah, we should probably shift everything a bit left. I'm quite far. Yeah, more towards the middle. I was gonna say, even drawing those, I felt like, I know the torso is long, but that just felt not big enough. So we'll start with our most central form aimed up a tiny bit. A bit larger. That feels good. I really like that. A bit far right for my liking, but I think we'll be okay. Then, from here, we want to add this. So it's going to be the upper part of this. Halfway mark's about right here. Extend this low. If that's the radius, then we want to move this a bit to the right. That's okay. It's a bit small, but I think that's okay. Now we want to do the pelvis. So about half of this is going to be the size of the pelvis. We're going to move it about that much of a unit away. Trying to imagine the little ridge that's going to be here. Look at our reference. Something about over there. You know, it's definitely vertically lower. Look at this, right? Just skins the top of that. We're definitely aimed backwards as well. Also, it's just about as low. Cool, I like that. Now we can send, because we're going to see a bit at the back of the hip, so we're just going to send the smallest, teeniest degree line right here. Oh, and then one that's slightly off right here, so we can see the inside a bit. Oh, the head we're just only slightly turned away. Already starting to kind of feel what's going on here. Next step, I believe, is to cut our little hole and add a, sausage form to it all. So, I'm going to travel down here. Ooh, that's interesting. But yeah, sausage form goes with this, so we'll be traveling, doing our dip, going around. So I'm going to kind of break it up into two pieces. We're going to have this. And we're going to go down here, make the belly. Oh, we're going to cut out this. I just realized a huge error that we may have to redo. Frick. Ah. How does that work? Want to know my error, guys? Let's see if you guys can find it. Do like some Dora the Explorer stuff. If we have a hole here, then it can be this degree. But that means we can only see this outer part. It's okay. But actually, he did mention drawing through his forms. Just that means this would be the outer line, which I know isn't. It's this one. So we could, you know, do our cut like this. Move it up a bit. That just means this line is the one that's cutting. I think it's okay to do it like this, but let's look at the wolf. Because yeah, it really seems to me the body's turned away. Like if we had our sausage form. I would say personally it's doing this. Oh, look at that. Maybe it's just a small degree, but look at our wolf friend first. Because yeah, regardless, we have this. We have this plane turned away from us, and we have our neck connecting from the sides of this into there. I don't think it's the end of the world, but it means, you know, we do travel up a bit. So we're gonna have it probably be about right there. It means it can travel down, angled out. And yeah, we have this one. Definitely travels up a lot. Quite far. But I'm also judging this off of there's probably floof in the way, the snout's right here, and I'm landing about right there. All that stuff. So, because that means this degree would be even larger too. We would have something like this, and then we can just reinforce. Something like that too. Am I starting to realize how big the body is compared to the head? Yes. Yeah, that's way too far, isn't that? Interesting. Well, we're gonna leave it here actually, because I said I'd cut myself at an hour, so don't rush and get flustered. I'm already a bit upset with this distance. This small, how this distance can, like these two. I think the shapes are fine and their sizing. Just this is way too far compared to this. So if like this one is a bit further, then this would be okay. Or if this one was a bit shorter, this one would be okay. So we'll figure it out. We'll think about it. My sense of 3D space is definitely there. Yeah, the neck's just not long enough. Is it? This is too far. I think the neck's actually okay. And yeah, it makes the body look like it's going away and then this is turning towards us. So we could even add like a... It doesn't really exist, but we could add a just slight degree change in the neck. Really interesting. Well, yeah, so not gonna stress, not gonna do a review just yet. We don't want to put gibberish in there. We want them to be meaningful. And I can't say I learned too much from this so far, other than just relative spacing and for cutting into our forms like we did right there, even though it wasn't totally a cut. Really think about what direction it's happening in, which is kind of a novice mistake, but whatever, right? We are novices. Don't hold ourselves so high. But yeah, so with that being said, everybody, successful day today. I still think we thought about a lot. My line work was there. I mean, it's not too bad, right? Size wise, actually, we could have drawn a lot larger. So that's good to know and something to keep in mind. Yeah. Feeling pretty good other than that. So, we plan on streaming tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday. And then we will not be streaming Monday, and worst case, we may not be streaming Tuesday either, because to disassemble my computer, clean it out, go to my apartment, set everything up. That should be all handled on Monday, but life takes hold, right? So yeah, thank you guys very much for joining me today. Thank you to Lana. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, and thank you to, I forgot their name, and I feel bad because I forgot their name. Wordum. Thank you, Wordum, for the very, very kind comment. Those comments aren't necessary, neither subscribing or liking, and yet you guys still do that anyways and very consistently. I really do appreciate it. I don't want to say it so much that it loses meaning, but it really does mean a lot to me. So yeah, I hope you all have a great night, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.